Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you're doing well this afternoon. And welcome back to Nostalgic Sundays, where we'll be continuing Gabriel Knight's Sins of the Father. Alright, so. Make sure I got this going. There we go. First of all, I want to give a heartfelt thank you to those that have been following me for the last week and being so welcoming and making it a better week than I could have hoped for. So, one of the adventures I found when with these VODs is when I look over some of my past footage to see what I can improve on. I can also see some of the things that I missed, as we were a little bit stuck last time around. Are we not loading? Oh, okay, there we go. Hey, Lanu, how you doing? So, we were last time stuck trying to figure out how to progress further, until I saw a few things that I'd missed.
Come back again.
I'm glad to hear it. If I mispronounce your name, do forgive me and feel free to correct me. So, first thing we need to do is head back to the bookstore.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
Oh, glad to hear it. Well then. I noticed that there was a gift certificate in here. I was kind of curious why there was a gift certificate in the cash register. Still not sure why it's there, but hey.
Gabriel checks the drawer again, just in case life as we know it changed significantly since he last looked.
Oh yes, I do love her. And hello there, Bisney. You'll be...
It's a $20 gift certificate left over from yet another dismal failure of a promotion.
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
By the way, Bisney, I was checking Nightbot stats and my commands, and happened to notice that you have to be the top chatter, which I'm sure comes as no surprise to you. Alright, so we have a gift certificate. We'll figure out how that's used for. Oh yeah, I saw the pictures of that. Y'all safe? Oh, and someone remind me later on to give
Don't hurry back on
Vroom
right
Day
now.
another shout out. I don't doubt it. I'm sure you're going to have to wear like a mask or something just to keep from choking. So another thing I noticed while looking over the VOD was that the narrator made very clear about the police badge sticking out of a certain someone's jacket. And I also noticed that Disney was yelling at me the whole time to mess with the thermostat, which I never got around to doing. So, we're going to do that. See, Disney, I was listening, just a week too late. Let's crank that heat on up.
Mostly, my man.
It's you. God help me. Dang air conditioning must be on the blink.
Nice. Let's see. What do I do with this thing?
The $20 gift certificate for St. George's looks pitifully new and unused.
Lol. Yeah, he took the jacket off. You were correct. So, we already know how to get him out of the
Ask you about
office.
some stuff.
You're the writer. Ask away.
First, let's be good old buddies and insult the guy.
You have a unique way of wearing clothes that's, well, the way they kind of hang, pleating over that stomach of yours, drooping off your butt?
We can't all have the body of a 12-year-old like you, Knight.
Ouch. Yeah, I have an inkling idea as well.
How about getting me some coffee?
No way. Enough is enough.
Please, 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 pretty please.
All right. Just shut the hell up.
Mostly puts up with too much.
Some people are never satisfied.
So how's everyone else doing today? Achievement unlocked, identity thief. Yoink.
I think I'll just borrow this badge.
Hey, what are you doing with my coat?
Nothing.
Nothing. I thought I saw something crawling on it.
Just drink this.
Thanks, tons. I mean it.
He does make a terrible cup of coffee. Well, he did warn us. That barely qualifies as dirty water.
Okay, anything else?
Let's see, is there anything else I can...
So, how's it hanging, bud?
Lousy. I hate crime scenes. People are sick fucks, you know that, Knight?
Ooh, he said a wordy dirt.
You been feeling okay lately? You look like hell.
Me? You know. I can't sleep at night, what with thinking about the case and thinking about Annie.
I can relate. Played any b-ball lately?
Does it look like it? I'm so out of shape I'd probably have a coronary just looking at a ball.
Yeah, I'm out of it too. We should play sometime, get back into shape.
Man, I'd love to, Knight. I'll let you know if things ever settle down.
And one last insult before
You
we go.
know, if you started carrying a lollipop around, you might get more respect as a detective.
Go to hell.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
I pretty much have a good idea what to do with the police badge, so we're going to go there first. In fact, why keep clicking around when I can just do this? Let's see, and she was there. Getty Mansion. You know, the blonde person looks like Prince Charming from Shrek. And now I can't unsee that. Thank you, Lanu. I come back to Lanu hitting on a random NPC. This is great. Unfortunately, now I can't unsee that, and I'm going to keep thinking Gabriel Knight looks like Prince Charming a little bit. God damn it.
May I help you?
I've got important business with Miss Getty.
Yes.
It's all good.
I'm waiting on some evidence of that, sir.
Let's see. Here we go.
My name is Detective Mosley. I'm here on police business.
Really? How interesting.
You are not sorry, don't lie to us. No, I'm not, but still. I suppose it do be polite to pretend you are, yes.
Miss Getty will see you. Right this way.
Oh, and
Miss
I...
Getty will be down shortly.
Just to plug this a little bit.
Thank you.
There we go. Feel free to hang out with us. Ooh, this is a nice looking place.
What can I do for you, Detective?
Okay, let's take a look around here first.
More or less. It's a Picasso.
Really?
Harvard classics. Homer, Virgil. Maybe Malia wouldn't be impressed by a signed copy of one of Gabriel's novels.
Probably not, no.
Genuine lion skin.
I can imagine doing things on that rug.
Excuse me?
Oh, nothing.
There he says, oh yeah, she's freaking great.
The only thing Gabriel's likely to burn here is his bridges.
Beautiful women. They must be relatives.
They are.
Nice statue. I like it.
Thank you. It's The Rebellious Slave by Michelangelo.
Roses and gardenias give the air a sweet taint.
Sweet taint.
Ming
Okay.
Dynasty, perhaps? The side table probably costs more than Gabriel's shop.
Damn. Probably. Let's see. Anything else I can take a peek at? Oh, sure. Let's take a look at the chair. Why
The
not?
leather on the chair is as soft as butter. Gabriel's coat feels like rawhide in comparison.
Oof. That's unfortunate. Alright.
Undoubtedly proof that there is a God. Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Kitty?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could. But I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake. And I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced.
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh? Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
I'm not sure how to take that one.
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
New Orleans.
The Getty family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me.
I can't
right
remember her
now.
name, unfortunately, but the narrator in the original game from '94 actually won a award for her role as the narrator. I really need to look that up again because I completely forgot what her name
What
was.
can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's
Yeah.
some sort of
She-
local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
The narrator says did a fantastic job in the original game. She won a prize for it. In fact, the original game had some very high-profile voice actors, including Tim Curry and Mark Hamill. In fact, Gabriel Knight himself, the main character, was voiced by Tim Curry in the original game. I did a little bit of history work on this game to make things a little interesting for y'all.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm no expert. I don't fear them like most people do.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, Detective.
Ooh. That sounded rather dismissive.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
I've heard of her, of course, but that's about it.
Do you have any idea what Cabrit Saint-Caux means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am.
We will soon find out what that word means, I'm sure.
Tell me about
Oh,
yourself.
phrase.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, Detective?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, Detective. It means a great deal to me.
Do you have a career?
A career? Being the head of the Getty family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, Detective, wealth does have its price.
You know, I just noticed that while the blow-up heads are speaking, the character models in the background are also moving their lips and speaking. Not really a touch that they had to put in, but it's a nice touch regardless.
Tell me about your family.
The Gettys? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
Oh, I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you, or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, Detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Gettys in the city. I have a large extended family.
I see.
Oh, you know, stiff upper lip. She was pretty cold about the death of her mother. Yeah, well, stiff upper lip. That's the wealthy. It is a nice touch. They put work into this game. Yeah, they did. Jane did more than keep up her fair share of the agreements with the Kickstarter. I can't remember exactly what the Kickstarter was for. I think it was for a new series of novels or something, and this was added on as like a backer prize, if I remember correctly. And the Kickstarter hit it well enough that she remade the game under her own company. Pinkerton House is her game company. And she definitely knocked it out of the park.
Do you have a husband, boyfriend?
I'm very independent, Detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So, you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, that is likely. Someday.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
British Sherman is seeing
Something
opportunities to
like
get
law
laid. I'm
or
going,
children would have been
yeah,
set to the family.
he is a horn dog.
Law?
Very much
Please.
so.
I do have some morals, Detective.
He is, it is amazing that the side of his face is not constantly bruised. A horn dog? Excuse me, a what now? Well, have you not heard that expression before? A horn dog? Maybe that's a regional thing where I'm from. I'm not sure how to describe it without being gross, so I'm just going to let your imagination go with that one. But again, I'm amazed that the side of his face is not constantly bruised. English is not my native language. You speak it very well. You're doing better than everyone else because, well, I can't speak any other language. I'm going to use that word now. Feel free. I did not know it was strictly regional to my area. What about you, Bisney? You've heard that phrase before, right? Or is that just a southern thing?
I wouldn't know where to begin.
Okay, so it is
As
an
you
American
wish,
phrase.
Detective.
Okay. Let's do a little chat.
This is quite a place.
Thank you. It's been in the family a long time.
Lanu and I are both not native speakers. Well, I will say that you both type in English better than most of people that do speak English natively, so you got that going for you. Now, I work with people that we write reports for a living in my job, and I have to constantly correct other people with their grammar and typing. It's like, come on, we have to do this for a living. You should know this by now.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Getty.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job.
Uh-oh.
I can't help noticing that you're in incredible shape, Miss Getty. Your legs are so strong. Do you work out at one of the clubs by the lake?
Well, Detective, I do enjoy physical activity.
Oh,
Yep.
me too.
Actually, I was referring to swimming and modern dance. I can't say that I do much exercising at the lake, though.
Ah, well, it was worth asking.
I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Uh-oh.
Me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Getty.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr.
I
Knight,
kind of doubt that.
you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out.
Speaking of burning bridges down,
Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I like how his eyebrows
Most
rose.
certainly will.
Oh, Lord.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time. Ah, shit.
Oh, let's see. Oh, God, he doesn't just look like Prince Charming from Shrek. I mean, Prince Charming is a horn dog, too. Oh, I'm so happy that you're now using that word. You're welcome. He pours the charm on pretty deep. Yeah. I mean, he's clearly had some luck, according to Grace. He done fucked up. Oh, yeah. Well, that was a thing. Let's head back to Jackson Square. Okay. Will you take this gift certificate that probably does not actually go to you? Hot dogs! Oh, yes.
I have this gift certificate.
I'm busy.
It's good for $20 at St. George's Books. Finest bookstore in New Orleans.
Really? I'll have to check it out sometime.
You could take this gift certificate with you. If you'll give me a doobie dog.
A doobie dog for a $20 gift certificate? Sure, here you go.
I miss hot dogs. Yeah. Hopefully you can get some more very soon. Dog.
The doobie dog is plump and juicy.
I think that's one of the things I miss the most about the U.S., and also pimento cheese. And, oh yeah, Mark II, of course. Yeah, what's his face? Pimento cheese. It's not my favorite cheese, but it's alright. Depending on what you put in it. Or put it with, anyway. Okay. You wanted food.
You wouldn't like a doobie dog by any chance?
Would I?
Appear that
Thanks,
case of food
mister.
poisoning from one of those.
Got any special requests?
Oh,
Let
from
me
a
know.
vendor? Yeah. Pimento cheese became my obsession last time I was in Oklahoma. Nice. I actually had someone mix that into a macaroni salad once, so it was actually pretty good. Just don't eat cheese. I think she was talking about a hot dog vendor. Where am I going? Yeah. I also had like 23 hot dogs in the span of 11 days. Well, that's not bad. That's like 2 a day. I wouldn't say pimento is an acquired taste, because certainly not for everybody. Not everybody likes it, but like Diet Mountain Dew, that's an acquired taste, because you have to force yourself to like that damn drink. Ugh. Can't get good hot dogs in the Netherlands. Oh, that's unfortunate. Special
You
request.
mentioned something about special requests.
Yeah, you got one?
Can you fit through the bars around the statue?
Can I? Just watch me.
Good. There's something in there I can't quite reach. Can you reach that piece of paper?
Sure thing.
I don't know. Diet Dr. Pepper's doesn't taste bad.
Here you go.
Thanks, kid.
Yup. See ya.
Diet Coke is also not that offensive, but definitely not as good as an actual Coke. But yeah, most diet anything would be an acquired taste, yeah. Okay, Mr. Artist, you dropped this.
This belongs to you, doesn't it?
My drawing. How'd you get it?
Oh, it was a bit of a squeeze, but I hate to see you lose your work. I lost my only copy of a manuscript once.
Well, you saved my butt. Let me know if I can ever do the same for you, hey?
Well, now that you mention it, I have these diagrams I'd like put together.
Is there any way you can reconstruct the whole pattern from these partials?
The pattern is probably circular, and there's some repetition in the elements. Okie dokie. Well, I think there's an area missing. If you could get me any more of these, I'll see what I can do.
Would this be it?
I have another one of those patterns.
Really? Let's see. Yeah, this is great. I think there's enough overlap now. I'll give it my best shot. I'll show you what I come up with tomorrow.
Great. I appreciate it.
Nice. Now let us go pray. St. Peter's Cathedral. I never actually visited that when I was in New Orleans last. I really should.
Old-fashioned presence on the left of the nave.
As it looks like it'd be an impressive place.
Someone is in that confessional.
There's a lot of
Gabriel
sinners in
will
New
have to
Orleans. Well, that's no surprise, I suppose. A lot of
It's
things
getting
going on.
late.
Uh-oh.
Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
All right, day 2 is complete. Twisty day 2. Hi, Grace. I just ate some sausages, sauerkraut before starting streams. Not quite a hot dog, but a sausage. Ooh, this nightmare again. Okay. Well, that was a very nice dream, wasn't it? Day 3. Drawn to the halls of learning, I sought there to conspire, but it was in the city of the dead that I found my heart's desire. Since a few people seem to like my reading voice so much, if I ever become an affiliate, which I'm actually well on my way to get into thanks to the support of so many people within my first week, which, again, a massive thank you to all of you that have followed me this far.
I'm so glad you could join us today.
I got interrupted.
I've got messages when you want them.
Uh-oh.
I also checked out Casino. There are multiple listings in the white pages. I got the page, but you'll have to figure out the right one.
Great. Thanks.
I was just breaking the talking. There we go.
Now, are you gonna tell me what happened yesterday with Malia Getty, or is it just too embarrassing? Don't tell me you actually got to see her.
All the stars out tonight.
Gabriel, you don't seriously think she's interested. She can have any man in the city. You know, men with bank accounts.
You underestimate the Knight family's tragic poet samurai appeal. When Daddy married Mom, she was the hottest catch in town.
I always suspected there was something fishy in your family tree. But seriously, I think you should be careful.
Meow, Grace.
I'm serious. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach about this.
It's called jealousy, my dear. And you're right, you should be jealous of Malia Getty. As should every woman on this planet.
I just... never mind. I'll just fix these books. Your life is in your own slippery little hands.
The point is to get it into somebody else's hands.
I have to go for tonight, however. Already midnight here. We'll try to catch another stream of yours later this week. Have a good one. Thanks for stopping by, Brumday, and thanks again for the raid. That was awesome. I was not expecting that. In between streams, I'm going to be collecting ghost stories, because I'm planning on telling my favorite ghost story from each of the states of the U.S. in a celebratory stream, which will probably wreck my voice trying to tell 50 ghost stories in one sitting, but we'll see how well that goes. If my voice starts giving out halfway through, we'll just make it a two-parter or something. Yep. And heck, I'm already at 20, so 50's not that far away, so we'll see how well this goes. It gives me plenty of time to, well, hopefully some time to get the stories together. Let's see what's in the paper today. Thanks again for dropping by, Vrumdy. I really appreciate it, as well as the that was very much a nice surprise.
Gabriel scans over an
About tripped down the stairs heading down.
Under the cultural events section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day.
In the Discord, if anyone's joining, you can, there's a channel I put in for ghost stories that people can put in their favorite ghost stories or their own personal experiences if they'd like. So feel free to check that out. Let's see, an evil eyes upon you, change course before it's too late. Ooh. The French Quarter with a Spanish twist. The French Quarter, New Orleans' oldest and most famous neighborhood, is most known for the raucous party atmosphere of Mardi Gras. But the quarter is far more than a week of beads and bourbon. Founded in 1718 by Jean-Baptiste Lemon de Bienville, it was the original center of the city. Despite its name, much of the architecture is influenced by Spain, after many of the more French-influenced structures were destroyed in the Great New Orleans Fire of 1788. I wonder how badly I have butchered that name. Okay. What other messages we got?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your pal Mosley called. He left a message that they are interrogating a suspect this morning, and you might want to be there.
Ooh, sounds fun.
Mm-hmm. I bet.
Nice. Let's go do that first thing. That sounds like a fun time.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Come up with a new joke, Gabriel. It's not that hard. Even I can do it. What the? You get around, my guy.
A drummer has decided to sit up outside the police station.
Hey,
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return.
Musicians aren't generally that unfriendly, are they? Hello, Frick.
can I bother you again, officer?
What is it this time?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's in his office. Go on back.
Just drummers. Sure that they're so underappreciated by almost every meme I see regarding them. You think they'd be a bit more friendly?
You! Give me back my badge! Now, Knight!
Sure.
Oops.
Thanks for letting me borrow it.
Yeah? You borrow it again in your history. Now, about today. Glad you made it. It'll give you a feel for how I am in action. You know, handling suspects, that sort of thing.
I'm sure it'll be invigorating. Who is this guy, anyway?
Calls himself Crash. He's been an informant for us before, mostly helping us bust small-time pimps and dealers trying to break into the territory. He's been staying invisible during these murders, but we picked him up this morning at Jackson Square pushing coke. He knows something. Call it detective's instinct.
Detective's instinct. Got it.
This should be interesting.
All right, Crash. I want to hear about these murders. Have you been present at the so-called voodoo rituals?
I don't know nothing. All right, I told you.
Come on now. You can tell me. Do you know anyone who's been to these rituals?
Look, I can't say nothing. You gotta let me go.
Relax. No one knows you're here. The men who picked you up were in plain clothes.
Plain clothes? Like you could fool them. They know I'm here. They've got ears all over the city. They know everything.
Who are they, Crash? Are they the ones doing the murders?
Let me go.
If you're so worried about being detained, start talking. You tell me what I want to hear, and maybe I can get you into the witness protection program. But you gotta earn it.
Witness protection? Are you crazy? Oh, don't make me laugh. Oh, Jesus, just let me out of here.
Oh, come on. Who's behind these murders, Crash? Why are the victims all members of the underworld?
Oh, by now they know I'm here. It's different when I'm supposed to come here. Oh, if I can send a message. Yeah, tell them I didn't say nothing.
Christ, he's freaking useless. Just take him back to detaining, would you, Tony? I'll tell you, times like this, I'd kill for truth serum. Damn civil rights.
Can I quote you on that?
Huh? Hell no. We can only keep him for 24 hours. Tomorrow morning, I'm gonna have to let him go. Sorry it wasn't more exciting. You know, for the book, I mean. Hey, maybe you could punch it up some. You know, what do they call that? Fiction. That's it.
It certainly is. I'll see what I can do. Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
Sure as hell ain't going well. There sure are a lot of brakes being applied in different areas of the investigation. We're getting some real info on the victims now, and they're not exactly upstanding citizens.
Oh
I
dear.
was hoping to get more out of Crash, but he's scared shitless. We'll have to let him go tomorrow morning.
What's the status on the Voodoo Murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
That well, huh?
Anything else new?
Just work. Sorry I don't have more time to chat, but...
Alright, one insult before we go.
Trying for a real estate job with that coat?
No? Are you trying out for a janitorial job?
Hey, we looped all the way back round. Does not seem to be anything else of interest, huh?
I'm gonna hit the road.
Ciao, baby.
Well, so whoever's doing the video murders are apparently multiple people. Well, we know it's multiple people. Well connected.
Officer, can I ask you some questions?
Desk sergeant's right over there.
What kind of voice was that? That was interesting. Huh. Anything new in the alleyway? Not really.
That window leads to Mosley's office.
It's another municipal building, but not one Gabriel has any interest in.
There's actually this drummer seems to be getting around. Very interesting. Alright, what do we do with this? Okay, apparently I need to actually make some phone calls. Shit, where's my note paper? Because I'm going to write those numbers down because I have to input the flipping things manually, I think.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
I love you, Grace. You're funny. Let's see. Oh, good. I can just do that. Thank God. Let's try the first one.
Hello.
Is this the Casino residence?
Yes. What can I do for you?
Do you or does anyone in your family patronize the Dixieland drugstore?
I'm a busy man. What are you selling?
Nothing.
Good. Goodbye.
Fair enough. Okay. Next one. 1, 2, 2. Oops.
Hi, Casino residence.
Hi. I was wondering if you could help me.
Yeah?
A woman in the Dixieland drugstore dropped her purse today, and the name Casino was inside it.
Dixieland drugstore? Never heard of it. Sorry.
Alright.
Hello?
Hello, I'm
Only
calling
so many
from
insults,
Dixieland
yeah.
Drugstore. We have an order for you.
Castro, be quiet. Who is this?
I'm a friend of the owner.
I'm sure I don't know what you're talking about.
That would be her.
Somewhere there's a Norland's phone.
Oops, didn't mean to click that.
Somewhere there's a Norland's phone book missing one of its C pages.
Okay. A casino. That. Try that.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Wait, do I have to call all the numbers? Surely not.
Does this mean anything to you?
sure? I'm the one that gave it to you, remember?
I guess I have to call all of them, so, or call her back. Let's call that final number then. And call her again, see if that triggers anything.
Casino residents, may I help you?
Hi, you've won a customer raffle at the Dixieland drugstore.
No soliciting, please.
Hello, I'm calling from the Dixieland drugstore.
Okay, so same
we have
thing.
an order for you.
Hush, Castro. I told you, I don't know what you're talking about.
Wait a second. Right there. That's. I know the dog's name, Castro. Okay.
Cajun Critters Animal Clinic. This is Melissa.
Do you have a Madame Casino as a client?
Madame Casino? Sure, I know her. She's not here right now, though.
Really? She told me she'd be there. Would you happen to have her address by any chance?
Yes, but I'm not sure I should give it out. Who are you again?
I'm worried about Castro. He's missed 3 dance lessons.
Castro? Her little doggy? Oh, he's so sweet. I guess if you know Castro, it's okay. Her address is 345 Dauphine.
Thanks.
And that is what we call social engineering, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't fall for that. I have to have so many training classes every year because people keep falling for social engineering. Okay, so we know where she's at. Ooh, I need to go to Jackson Square and pick up my drawing.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Oh my god, he finally said something different. Yep, I had to design a training budget at one point. Yeah, I hear that. Some people are just a little too trusting, sadly. So, I'm just curious if there's anyone that's still falling for the extended car warranty scam, considering that it's literally a meme everywhere you go now. And yet they still try it! Calling about extended car warranties, like, who falls for that anymore?
How's it going today?
What? Oh, it's only you. Man, I have been jumpy all day. That pattern of yours really freaked me out for some reason. There's just something creepy.
You finished it?
Yeah, and you're welcome to it. Here.
Wow. This
I
is
can't
great.
imagine anyone falling for it. I
yeah,
can't
just
either,
don't,
but
like,
apparently
blow up
somebody
the
is. They're
planet
still
with it or
doing
something,
it.
Okay?
I didn't mean to upset you.
Forget it. I'm probably just being stupid. Do your thing with it, and good luck.
The reconstructed Veve was done for Gabriel by a technical artist.
Ooh, pretty. Nice. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and show that off just to see if I can get
Hello,
some
Dr.
information
John.
on it.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Hello, Dr. John. How do...
Does this pattern look familiar to you?
Where did you get that?
You do recognize it then?
I have never seen it before in my life.
Are you sure about this pattern?
I am sure, Mr. Knight.
Interesting.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Okay, nothing really new.
You're a big guy, aren't you? You work out, play sports?
I do not play basketball, if that is what you want to know.
Who, me? No, you just look like such a natural athlete.
I do find ways of keeping fit, Mr. Knight. After all, our bodies are temples.
Okay.
Perhaps Gabriel should...
Okay, so same as the last time. Also know something else is that when I flipped that switch, that snake went nuts last time.
Gabriel has no interest in the...
That's big, because I was going to show off that snake freaking out.
Walk carefully out there, Mr. Knight.
Okay. Because Roses has a little doggy. How cute. Ooh, she should be open too, I think.
A sign on the front door of Magenta's
Oh,
home
the 22nd.
reads,
Okay.
Attuning with the spirit realm, back on June 22nd.
Okay, I am going to go AFK for a moment. Use the bathroom, grab a quick smoke, so I will be back in just a few minutes. While y'all get to relax to this rather chill song that they're playing now. Be returning in just a moment. I am back. Alright. Oh, speaking of ghost stories from earlier, anyone in chat have any fun ghost stories they'd like to share? I should probably turn this back to gameplay. There we go. Alright. Another shout out to Vrumdi. Let's see. Linu, did you stream as well?
Yes? Who is it?
Hi, I'm doing an article on voodoo, and I heard that you are...
I'm a good Catholic young man. Take your evil influence elsewhere.
But I just have a few questions.
I can feel the evil eye. Go away.
Oh, that went well. Huh. I wonder. This one here can help.
Someone is in that confessional. Gabriel will have to wait.
Of course. How about this one? Ooh, that one's free.
There's a knothole about the size of a quarter in the wood paneling on that wall.
I think let me do this just in case. Don't know if they stream or not, but we'll find out in a second. Guess not. Da, 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 da. What is with this knothole?
The knothole doesn't seem to operate that way. The knothole is...
Okay.
A meshed window provides access to the confessional from the priest's booth. The panel behind the mesh window moves from the other side.
May I help you, my child?
Could you give me a blessing?
Do you feel the need for a blessing?
You wouldn't believe me if I told you.
All right, if it will comfort you.
The priest blesses Gabriel through the confessional window.
Peace be with you, son.
Thank you, Father.
Is there anything else?
Can I ask you a few questions?
The confessional is not the best place for interviews, son. You can contact the parish offices if you need private counseling.
I understand. Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
Oh, this ought to be good. Confession.
I'd like to make a confession.
All right, if it'll make you feel better.
The world was with that inflection.
I've had impure thoughts about a woman I met.
Impure thoughts? You mean thoughts of sexual relations?
You could say that, but worse than what you mean.
Worse? You mean extreme sexual relations?
Well, not involving animals or anything.
Oh, well. Perhaps we should just leave it at that. Pray for forgiveness and say 10 rosaries. Is there anything else?
I've done some pretty rotten things to my friend Mosley.
Rotten? What do you mean?
Practical jokes, insults, among other things.
I see. Are you sorry?
Well...
Pray for forgiveness and say 3 rosaries.
Okay,
Is there
that's
anything
13
else?
rosaries so far.
I haven't paid my assistant for 3 months.
3 months?
had the
What
money?
the crap?
Nope.
Sounds like a matter for the courts, son, not the church. Is there anything else?
Jeez, she is a saint.
Some people say I'm a selfish person, Father.
We can always strive to improve ourselves. Patterns can be broken.
Yes. Thank you, Father.
Is there
You're welcome,
anything
Lanu.
else?
I wasn't sure if you streamed or not. I couldn't remember from the earlier conversations.
I think I just need to give
Uh-huh.
an overall apology to the universe.
I see. Apology noted.
Thanks, Father.
Is there anything else?
Awesome. Just lurking in streams and sometimes playing along. That's cool.
I've had a lot of women, Father.
A lot? More than 10?
Yes, Father.
More than 20?
Yes, Father.
Good God!
40?
Yes, Father.
Son, I don't think this is a matter for a priest. I think you need a good therapist.
If we're counting therapists, then I'm up to at least, let's see here, count either one and, this might take a while.
My son, I'm afraid my lunch break is coming on about now. Pray for forgiveness and say 20 rosaries.
Jesus.
On second thought, when you finish the math, say that many rosaries.
Gabriel hears him leave the confessional.
And the doctor to
Probably
check
add one
for
more
his
rosary for that
TTs.
while I'm at it. I've been a bad boy.
Oh my God.
The confessional is about the size of a closet and is richly paneled and lovingly.
This man gets a lot more action than I do, that's for sure. Holy hell. There we go, there's the exit. I get the feeling.
Someone is in that confessional. Gabriel will have to wait.
Oh.
I've always wondered how the other half lives.
Box.
There's a box under the shelf of the priest's confessional. Inside the box, Gabriel finds a priest collar and some oil used for blessing. Inside the box,
Okay, so something.
that oil is for holy purposes, not the sort of thing Gabriel would want to use it for.
Oh, gross.
You never know when a priest's collar will come in handy.
Oh, no. Oh, dear. I thought I remembered that from the older days.
The priest's side of the confessional is made of well-oiled wood. There's also a box under the shelf on this side. The mesh window on this side has a wooden door that slides open to let the priest hear confession.
Lanu, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it.
He hears someone enter and kneel down on the other side.
Father, I'd like to make a confession.
Oh, we're going to hell.
Go on, my son.
I've recently come into a large sum of money.
I don't really see a problem with that.
It's not that. It's how I got it. I literally found a suitcase of money. So I picked it up and took it instead of telling the police or trying to find who it belonged to.
Ooh.
Give it up to charity.
Of course. Why didn't I think of that? Thanks, Father.
The man leaves the confessional.
Now I can say I did one good deed today.
You're still going to hell. Oh, wow. So he just put on an Irish accent. Fun. Oh, we got a priest disguise, and we know he can do an accent, so hey. Let's trick the nice Catholic lady.
It looks like my priest outfit is complete.
Yes? Who is it?
Please let me talk to you, Madam Casino.
I do not talk to strangers, young man.
Tall windows flank the front of the mansion.
It looks like my priest outfit is complete.
Okay. Apparently I'm not supposed to put it on here. Well, let's head back.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
There's nothing else Gabriel needs from the medicine cabinet.
It looks like my... I don't need to, thanks. My bathroom. I've got to get around to cleaning up in there.
The dresser holds a meager supply.
All my clothes look the same, so why change them?
What the crap did I just see? Did anyone else see his legs just swoosh like that? Okay, it flipped out a little bit. That was interesting. I have the priest outfit, but what do I do with it? I thought I'd have to use it on her.
I'll be back
Sorry,
later.
I was working. It's all good.
Have fun.
That just took me completely off guard. Made me go, what the hell?
Hi.
The mask appears to be made from a real crocodile head. To get the mask, Gabriel would have to buy it.
Let's see what he thinks of the ritual drawing, or ritual circle anyway.
Do you recognize this pattern?
Don't look familiar at all, monsieur.
Oh, that was worth a shot.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
The only one left is Willie Jr. over there, the old crocodile. He's sort of a mascot now, him.
About Willie Jr., would you be willing to let him go?
Maybe. For $100.
100? You gotta be kidding.
Me and Willie Jr. are very close now. I couldn't part with him for less.
Tried on the cemetery guard. What, the priest disguise?
Does this mean anything to you?
Nope.
Nope.
Does this mean anything to you?
Nope.
Show Mosley the drawing. Why not? Selected.
Hey, mostly.
Night. I had a feeling you'd show up.
Are you sure that's wise? Mosley would surely wonder where Gabriel got that and what he intends to do with it.
Okay, fair.
that doesn't work that way.
Wow,
Can I
Philly.
ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Animal masks? You mean like those Halloween masks they sometimes use in robberies?
I don't think so. More like real animals.
Never ran across anything like that.
Ah, that was bust. Ah, the fun of adventure games where you do a lot of trial and
Why don't you
error.
get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Well, since we got animal mess as a question now, let's go to Dr. John.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I used to have some antique African totem masks, but they were on the point of disintegration, so I removed them.
You sound like Grace. I should get the two of you together.
Is Grace your wife?
No, she just acts like it.
Someone's got to keep him honest, right?
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Huh.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Oh boy, party time.
I have a pattern I need you to research.
How interesting. What is it?
It's a reconstruction of the tracings they found around the murder victims. The ones done in flour and blood.
Yuck. You shouldn't carry this kind of thing around. Who knows what these symbols mean?
Well, wear your evil banishing gloves if you want, but check it out for me, would you?
I'll see what I can find out.
Cool.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I'd rather not hear about your sex life, Knight.
Oh, Grace.
Like to make a confession, Grace?
Whatever you're planning to do with that, Gabriel, I don't want to know.
Let's see. So she's going to research the pattern. That's good.
I'm going out.
Don't hurry back on my account.
Oh.
There's no reason to wear that.
Oh, I can click on myself and put it on probably. Okay. I'm stupid. Well, it took me 3 days in game to figure that out.
All right, but this is private.
Wow, he cleans up, doesn't he?
Yes? Who is it?
And yet again, we're going to hell.
It's Father McLaughlin to see you.
Father McLaughlin, you say? You must be new in the parish. I'm so pleased to meet you, Father. Do come in.
Thank you, my child.
Please be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now, what can I do for you?
What the world is that sticking on this chair?
The upholstered chair is less comfortable than it looks.
Is that an ashtray sticking out of that?
It's a painting of a pretty young lady in old-fashioned clothes.
Madam in younger days?
Good heavens, no, Father.
The painting behind the couch is a Madonna and Child. Madam's parlor is full of carefully dusted and polished relics of her past.
We are making progress.
It's a large antique cabinet. It's probably worth something. The plant looks healthy, despite Gabriel's vague impression that Castro makes great use of it. The tea service has been polished recently. Madame uses it with her Creole sisters, perhaps. There's an old-fashioned jewelry box on the coffee table. A low wooden coffee table sits in front of the sofa.
Aw, Castro.
Castro, cute as a flea on a piece of fruit.
What? I haven't heard that expression before.
Castro.
The sofa is velvet, and it is wearing nearly as much of Madame Casano's face powder as Madame is herself. Madame finds comfort in these iconic images, it seems. Madame seems to like candles. Gabriel wonders if these too are specialties of Mr. Walker's shop. Madame Casano looks fragile and pale under a thick layer of face powder. If Gabriel's not mistaken, she's a slice short of a loaf.
Okay, I like that expression too. That's great. Alright.
Do you mind if I ask you a few questions, my child?
Of course not, mon père.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
The only true New Orleans are of French origin, you know? My family were among the original settlers of New Orleans. They came here from France. The Creole society used to be so gay in New Orleans. Now it barely hangs on by its fingernails.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
People think I'm just a foolish old woman, but I know the things they do. My family's been in New Orleans since 1750, so I know more than most. Voodoo people are all over the city, in the shops, everywhere. They'll curse you like that, and most people don't even notice. Spit on your bread at the bakery. Take strands of your hair at the store when you try on clothes. Oh, you have to be so careful. But I know their ways, so I can protect myself. I know how to use the magic too, and I can counteract their evil spells.
Interesting.
Tell me more about voodoo in New Orleans.
It's just plain evil. It's dangerous to even discuss it.
There's a
What do you
cat
know
yelling
about the
outside my
voodoo
door.
murders?
Voodoo murders? Ha! They are nothing new to me, Father. They happen all the time. I hardly go out anymore. It's too dangerous in the streets. They can get you anywhere, you know. Even here, in this room. But I try not to let them know about me. That's the best way.
Poor paranoid old lady.
What else do you know about the voodoo murders?
Shh! They'll hear you.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes. They're evil creatures. Did you know that evil people can send them into your dreams? They can. That's why I never sleep.
Oh no.
Right, thanks. Do you know anything else about snakes?
It would be bad luck to talk about that anymore.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Oh, St. John's Eve, Mary. I used to love the St. John's Eve Mass at St. Louis Cathedral. Of course, it is also a night of great wickedness, worse than All Hallows Eve. They will corrupt anything, Father.
They? They who?
Oh, you know.
Okay.
What else can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I don't think I should say any more about that.
Superstitious old lady. Oh, we will finally find out what Capri Sans Corps means.
Do you have any idea what Cabrit Sans Corps means?
Maybe. I know. I bet you do not know, Father, n'est-ce pas?
No, I don't.
Just as I thought. You shouldn't talk about things you don't understand.
About Cabrit Sans Corps.
Oui? Are you going to tell me what it means, Father?
Of course I know what it means. Do you?
I wasn't born yesterday, Father. I won't tell you what it means if you don't already know.
That Cabrit Sans Corps thing.
Now, do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as I.
It means that's too bad.
It's too bad you don't know what you're saying, young man.
Dang it. Seriously, I have to answer with the chili thing?
Now, do not continue to tease.
This is just... Seriously?
It means don't eat the chili.
Shows how much you know.
That Cabrit Sans...
Now, do not...
Okay, I have to find out where that means somewhere else then.
Just
Damn
as
it.
I thought.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, her. I could tell you about her. Voodoo Queen? Ah. My great-grandmother was an acolyte of Marie Laveau. She knows the truth about her.
Okay.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
No, I won't say anything more. Not to you, Father. I'm sure you mean well, but you are an outsider.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? I am Creole. My family has been in New Orleans for over 200 years. Real New Orleanians are French, you see. These days, the city is overrun with people with no heritage at all. No offense, Father, but it's true. But the French, naturellement, will always be the true blood of New Orleans.
Okay.
Tell me about yourself.
Well, Father, I don't know what else to say.
It's so nice of you to invite me in.
But no, mon père. I am always happy to see one of the good fathers.
So apparently I need to figure out what Capri Sans Corps means before.
Madam would think Father McLaughlin was suspiciously snoopy if Gabriel
speak
did
with
that.
her. Yeah, let's not go grabbing that. That'd be dumb.
Good day, Madame Casino.
Goodbye, Father.
Okay. Alright, Abysny, you take care. Thanks for stopping in. Grace got a phone book page with all the cosmos listed. I'll have to keep calling until I find the right one, which I did. I still need to learn more about voodoo. There must be a fast and easy way to educate myself somewhere in this city. Hope I could see Malia today. There's a lecture at Toulon today about African religions. Need to check that out and get the clip notes on voodoo. Ooh, okay. Looks like Mosley's still hot for his 15 minutes of fame. He's invited me to sit on an actual interrogation. Wonder how pathetic his bad cop routine is. Mosley isn't as bad at interrogating as I thought. He was kind of a hard-ass, really, but this guy Crash is terrified of his bosses, whoever they are. Real twitchy, kept muttering about how he'd be in trouble because it's time he wasn't supposed to be at the police station. Felt a bit sorry for him. Bingo, let it never be said that little white lies aren't useful. I got Madame Casino's address. I'm curious what she knows about voodoo. That sketch artist did a great job putting this pyramid together. It must mean something of it showing up at the crime scenes. Research. I need research. So much for Southern hospitality. Madame Casino is a nut. She'll trust Willie Walker, but won't let a nice young man like me in her house. I'll need a totally new approach to get her to trust me to let me in. How can I get her to trust me? That croc mask at the Dixieland drugstore is the only animal mask I've seen. I want the damn thing, but I'm broke as usual. Need to dig up some cash. Okay, so there was a... Ooh. I said to the university. A new place to explore.
It looks like the lecture is just starting.
Voodoo is the tribal religion of Africa, but the name Voodoo is actually a banner heading, under which resides an entire body of distinct tribal belief systems. The word Voodoo may sound familiar to you. What is known in the States as Voodoo is actually an amalgamation of African religious systems, Voodoo, and European religions, primarily Catholicism. All of these subcults of African Voodoo have certain things in common. The most important is the worship of a pantheon of spirits, instead of the single deity that the Christian and Muslim systems have. Some of these spirits are elementals. Some relate to specific tasks or places. Some represent important tribal leaders who have died. This spirit worship is what makes Voodoo so easily adaptable. With all these spirits, it's no problem to add a few more. Say, for example, the Virgin Mary. At the height of tribal Africa, warfare was common. One tribe would conquer another, and the Loa, important in the conqueror's tribal system, would be adopted readily into the conquered tribe's Loa pantheon. In this way, many of the Voodoo cults spread and mingled throughout tribal Africa, enriching the belief system and causing innumerable offshoots.
Interesting.
The basis for the Voodoo religion seems to be as old as man himself. It has much in common with many early pagan practices. Animal totems, sympathetic magic, elemental spirits in the trees, the heavens, the bodies of the sick. Africa is believed by many to be the cradle of the human race. Some of the Voodoo Loa may be as old as the Garden of Eden itself. We still can't explain some of the real power of these primal religions. And note, I said primal, not primitive. There are African Bokors who baffle our scientists with their supernatural powers. Now, let's discuss the elements of Voodoo.
Fascinating guy.
In Voodoo, the spirits are called the Loa. During a Voodoo ceremony, celebrants are possessed by the Loa. This is called being ridden. The human worshipper is seen as a horse, and the Loa as the divine horseman. A person being ridden by a Loa takes on the characteristics of that spirit and becomes, in effect, merely a vessel for the more powerful entity. Some of the older original Africa Loa include Dambala, the great serpent god, Ezuli, the mistress of love, Papanibo, or Gede, the lord of death,
Gede,
Awe, the spirit of water, Legba, spirit of the crossroads, and the cruelest and most dangerous, Ogun Badagri, the lord of destruction.
I gotta get more sleep at night.
Tribe-specific Loa can have as much or more power as the more widely worshipped Loa. For instance, a particular tribe might revere highly the Loa of an ancestor who was a legendary hunter or politician. Voodoo temples are called houndfors. Their priests, Houngan or Bokors, their priestesses, Mama Loa. In a Voodoo houndfor, there's a ritual circle marked by a center pole called a Poto Meton. During ritual conclaves, initiates dance under the supervision of a Bokor and a Mama Loa, or head priestess. The use of totems, or animal masks and markings, was not uncommon in the original African ceremonies. Now, though, all but the oldest sects have abandoned this practice. Ritual objects used during the conclaves included the ritual gourd, or asan, the ritual knife, or kubasa.
That knife gives me the chills.
The ritual whip, or fouetcache, and the ritual coffin, or seke madule. These items are often optional, called for by the Mama Loa for specific magical rituals. The Mama Loa is the most powerful figure in any Voodoo sect. Voodoo is a truly matriarchal system. Even the Bokor knows his power is limited. The Mama Loa is the supreme woman. She comes out of her house at night, sees many things, and tries to get butterflies, And at night again, she sees things, including fireflies.
Well, I thought it was somewhat interesting.
Firelight. Gabriel?
What? Can't see.
Gabriel, get in.
Can't. It's too small for me.
You must get in, Gabriel.
It's not mine. Too small.
Hide, Gabriel, hide.
No! Let me out! Help!
Young man, the lecture is over.
Oh my God. Sorry.
Whoopsie. Advanced Voodoo Studies.
The podium, Hartridge's throne. A projection screen dominates the front of the hall. Gabriel isn't in the mood to give a lecture. Dr. Hartridge is sharp-eyed and even sharper-tongued. When he condescends to look at Gabriel at all, it is with a dismissive glare.
Are you a student?
No. My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Well, you've already interrupted and slept through my lecture, Mr. Knight. I hope you have something worthwhile to do here. If you figure it out, let me know.
Hey, do you know what this means?
Do you know what Cabrit Sanko means?
Cabrit Sanko? Yes, I do. It's a Haitian term, I believe. It's French, and literally translates as goat without horns.
As in a female goat?
No, as in a human sacrifice.
Oh, fun.
Sacrifices in voodoo are usually of the animal variety. Chickens, bulls, goats. If the gods demand a goat without horns, it means a human being.
That's charming.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
You already sat through my lecture on the subject, Mr. Knight. Perhaps next time you could stay awake and learn something.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
I've read about them in the papers. I must admit to some interest. But according to the newspapers, the voodoo aspect is faked, so I haven't really pursued it. You know how Americans, especially Hollywood, treat voodoo. I'm sure there are many so-called practitioners out there that have no idea what they're doing or the power they're playing with.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I find it interesting to see the occasional fragment of voodoo practices in the everyday culture of New Orleans.
Okay.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
The Catholic Church has always dominated in New Orleans, and its imagery, in turn, has dominated New Orleans voodoo.
What else can you tell me about New Orleans?
If there's more you wish to know, perhaps you should read my books.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm not a zoologist, Mr. Knight, but I know all I care to about reptiles.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
It's June 23rd, the feast day of St. John the Baptist. But June 23rd has been a sacred day since the earliest times. Ancient sun worshippers used to roll a flaming wheel down a hill to celebrate the sun's descent on that day.
Interesting.
Burning wheel. Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
While I find the colloquial bastardizations of voodoo somewhat interesting, from a sheerly intellectual point of view, there's not a lot of relation between people like Laveau and true voodoo practices.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
As I said in my lecture, which I assume you actually listened to, is that animal masks, totems, are used extensively in most African voodoo religions.
I hope you're taking notes, chat. There'll be a quiz after this.
Do you know anything about veves?
If you'd taken notes during my lecture, you wouldn't have to ask.
Oh, that guy's just being all mean.
Tell me about Damballa.
Damballa is one of the major Rada Loa, also known as Damballa Wado. He is an ancient Dahomian rain god, often represented as a large boa constrictor. Damballa is the most powerful and most violent of the Rada Loa. The Rada Loa are typically benevolent, as opposed, say, to the Patro Loa. He is still worshipped heavily in Haiti, and when voodoo first started in New Orleans, the early conclaves were reportedly based on the worship of the great zombie, the great serpent, Damballa.
Huh.
Tell me more about Damballa.
I have extensive courses in the Loa running next semester. Perhaps you should take one of those, Mr. Knight.
Tell me about Ogun Badagri.
Ogun Badagri is one of the Patroloa. The Patroloa are much more violent than the Radaloa. Some people believe the Patroloa originated in Haiti, but I have found some evidence that the Patroloa were African as well, though worshipped only by a small voodoo tribe, and a very bloody one.
Fun.
Tell me more about Ogun Badagri.
He is a chief nasty, Mr. Knight. He is the spirit of war and destruction.
Fun.
Tell me about yourself.
All right, Mr. Knight. I'm 35, a fully tenured professor at this university, as well as a fellow at Cambridge. My doctorate was obtained at Syracuse. Yes, Syracuse, in religious studies. I'm an agnostic, but I find human belief systems fascinating. I specialize in African religions because I grew up there. My father was a Protestant missionary. And I am heterosexual, when I practice sex at all, which isn't very often. Any other questions?
I didn't need to know that last part.
No.
Fine.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
You could have kept that last part to yourself.
Most voodoo practices do not include human sacrifice as a matter of record, but it is theoretically possible, if that's what the gods demand. For example, one of the chants I had translated for me from a Haitian ritual went like this. Mistress Ezuli, come and aid us. If a cock is demanded, we will give it. If a bull will suffice, behold it. But if a goat without horns is required for sacrifice, oh, where will we find one? Ezuli is the gentlest of Loa, so they call on her for mercy. But I have seen grown and powerful Hungan tremble before possession by one of the more violent Loa, such as Papa Nebo. Clearly, they are afraid that something of the sort will be ordered, or that Loa will simply take it for themselves.
Fun.
Tell me more about human sacrifice.
I wouldn't dwell on it. Most voodoo sects probably haven't seen a human sacrifice for several generations.
Your lecture was terrific.
Oh, you think so? You were snoring so loud I didn't think you'd heard it.
I'll be going.
Oh, do keep in touch.
Actually, maybe I should show him those patterns now that I think about it.
Can you tell me anything about this?
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Mind if I copy this?
Be my guest.
Great. I'll be right back.
Hey, he likes me now.
Here you go. You know, this is a fascinating Veve. You must tell me all about its origin.
Actually, I was hoping you'd tell me. Can you figure out anything about it from the symbols?
Well, some. That's why I wanted a copy. I want to research the design myself.
Have you heard of the voodoo murders?
No. You're kidding. Really? Then the voodoo is authentic. The newspapers are wrong. Boy, are they wrong.
Oh,
you
boy.
think this Veve is authentic?
Authentic? Mr. Knight, that's like asking if the Mona Lisa is a painting. Tell you what, I'll look into these symbols myself and see what I can learn about the sect that made this. I'll give you a call when I have more information. You are associated with the police, aren't you?
Absolutely. But I'm undercover. You can contact me at St. George's Bookshop in the quarter.
All right, now I'd like to get started on this, if you don't mind.
Cool. I'm glad I came back. What about this?
Can you tell me anything about this?
Making progress.
No, I've never seen those symbols. Therefore, they're probably meaningless.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm never wrong, Mr. Knight. Therefore, sure is not in my vocabulary.
That doesn't make sense, but okay. I doubt he knows anything about the snake, but might as well try.
Can you tell me anything about this?
No, I'm afraid I can't.
This ought to be a nice little shock for him.
Is there anything you can tell me about the voodoo aspects of this photograph?
This is a serious voodoo ritual. Nasty stuff.
In what way?
Let's see. I can't make out much detail from this photograph, except for the corpse, of course, but the wound, the face, and what little I can see of the ritual paraphernalia, it reminds me of certain black voodoo practices. Very rare. I've never witnessed them myself, you understand.
Really? Interesting. Thanks.
Okay, I don't think... Well, what the hell, maybe he'll know something about this.
Can you tell me anything about this?
No, I'm afraid I can't.
Alright.
Okay, thanks.
Good day, Mr. Knight.
Making a little bit more progress. Are you opening
A
it?
sign on the front door.
Nope. Okay, but at least now we know what Cabrit and corn means now, so we can probably get her to spill more beans.
Alright, but this is private.
Don't look, chat. Okay, now you can look.
Yes? Who is it?
It's Father McLaughlin back again, don't you know?
Yes, Father.
Really?
Come on in.
Alright.
Please be seated, Father.
Thank you.
Now we can finally
What can I do for you?
get some more information.
Do you mind if I ask you a few more questions, madam?
If you wish, Father.
Oh, we got a lot more open here.
That Cabrit and car thing.
Now, do not continue to tease me, Father. You know what it means as well as I.
It means goat without horns.
Father, you surprised me. You do know what it means. You know what they mean by goat without horns, don't you? A human being. That's right. Slit your throat, cut out your heart. Pure evil murder.
Tell me more about Marie Laveau.
She was only a front for the real evildoers, Father. And that's the truth about Marie Laveau.
Finally get
Do you know
somewhere.
anything about Vevis?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Oh, yes, Father. It is the wickedest kind. The kind they practice here in New Orleans.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
No, Father. I don't know anything about that.
Do you know anything about human sacrifice here in New Orleans?
Well, my great-grandma there could tell stories. She saw it. People say that sort of thing wasn't done in New Orleans, but the real voodoo queens did it. Oh, yes.
Real voodoo queens?
Who are the real voodoo queens?
Well, my great-grandma there told me that Laveau was just a front, a flamboyant decoy. She distracted authorities from the real voodoo queen of New Orleans. It's been the same one for almost 200 years. She's head of a secret voodoo enfant. That's what they call their temples, you know. It's so secret. Most of the voodoo people in the city don't even know about it. The real voodoo queen controlled Lavo, gave her a little bit of power, and used her like a puppet.
Wow.
Tell me more about this secret voodoo hound for.
Well, I've never seen it. I wouldn't go near it if you paid me. But it's here in New Orleans, I guarantee it. I hear their drums at night, oh yes. That's why I'm so ill, I tell you, those drums. But we shouldn't talk about it. They'll hear us. It's the devil's work that happens there, I can tell you. I'll show you something secret. You mustn't tell anyone, Father.
I swear on my collar.
Here it is, mon père. A true object of evil if ever there was one.
It radiates something, all right.
It belonged to my great-grandmother. She told my mother that it was a token to gain entrance to the real voodoo ceremonies.
You don't say.
To tell you the truth, I've always felt nervous about having it in the house. You know, evil influence and all.
I can see how you would, yes.
And yet, I could never part with it. It's been in the family for generations. Would you bless it for me, Father? I feel strange asking such a thing of you, but surely you understand.
Bless this bracelet of a snake, even though its vibes aren't great. And do nobody harm when they wear it on their arm. Voodoo
Really?
spirits, go away. Don't come back another day. And now let us pray.
Really? Okay, I still gotta use the clay here.
Gabriel has a thought about the clay.
Bless, oh bless this circlet of silver.
Voodoo spirits go away. Do not come back
Take
another
the
day.
curse. Oh, take it, Wilbur.
A lovely blessing, mon père.
Really?
Yes, I think it made a lasting impression. Here you go.
I feel so much better now.
Wow. Making an impression. Yeah, that's an impression, alright.
Do you find the weather to your liking?
It's terribly humid. I only go out in the morning and the evening.
Okay.
It's a clay mold of Madame Casano's snake bracelet.
Good day, Madame Casano.
I think that's all I'm going to get out of
Goodbye,
this.
Father.
Interesting. Now, what do I do with that bracelet mold, I wonder?
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Does this mean anything to you?
I cannot say that it does.
Okay. Nothing else is shown.
Could I ask you some more questions?
Of course. I also find our dialogue stimulating.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Don't be ridiculous, Mr. Knight. The voodoo churches in the city have no need for secrecy.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I do not believe so.
Really?
Isn't he one of the Loire?
Perhaps. I am not familiar with some of the more obscure Haitian and African lore.
Uh-huh.
Do you know anything about Veves?
I believe they have something to do with Haitian voodoo. But that is not really my area.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
That sort of viewpoint makes my work very difficult, Mr. Knight. If there are one or two ignorant believers, that is none of my concern. And I do not care to promote a Hollywood interpretation of voodoo by discussing it.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Of course. It is one of the Loire.
Oh, you are helpful. Thank you, Dr. John.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Walk carefully out there, Mr. Knight.
Well, let's go mess with Whitley over here.
Hi.
Mm-hmm.
Could you look at this bracelet mold and tell me if you've ever seen anything like it before?
No, man. I don't know nothing about that.
Right.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Wow.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
There's no such thing. Not around here.
I found out what Cabrit Sankal means. How did you know about human sacrifice?
I never said them words, monsieur. You must have heard them from someone else.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? No such thing, I tell you for sure.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Don't talk like that around here, man.
Oh, fun.
Do you know anything
getting
about
nervous.
Veves? Like the ones in the voodoo rituals they do for the tourists?
Right.
They curiosities, no? This a curio shop.
Oh yeah, I keep forgetting. Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Damballa is an African legend about a great serpent. Folklore, that's all.
Have you always lived in New Orleans?
My papa, and his papa, and his papa, all the way back to the days of Marie Laveau, we've been living here.
Okay.
Hey, Grace, here I am.
Whew, boy, party time.
What's the date on this? So 2 more days before we can actually go to that moonbeam. Alright, I need to go get me something to drink. I will be right back in just a few moments. Well, we've learned a good bit about things so far. Just gotta figure out what the next course is. I almost clicked new game. That would have been bad. Maybe she knows something about. Okay, I guess not.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Ew, no. Makes my skin crawl, though.
Oh.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
No, sorry.
Do you know anything about Veves?
Not a clue. Sorry.
Ritual patterns used in voodoo.
Fascinating. I can't help you out, though.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
In New Orleans?
I think so.
No, I don't, but it sounds dangerous. You're not gonna try to find this voodoo group yourself, are you?
Would I do that?
Probably.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? Ugh, now what are you getting yourself into?
Nothing you need to know about, do you?
I know there are dark forms of any major religion. Where there's a yin, there's a yang.
Speaking of yin and yang...
Oh,
but
dude.
No, I don't know anything really about voodoo, dark or otherwise, sorry.
You turn anything into an innuendo, dude? Come on now.
Are you sure you don't know anything about black voodoo?
You are desperate. I told you I can't help you.
I could ask that lady about snakes. Let's see. Let's see. Maybe she can help me identify this snake scale or something.
Do you know anything about snakes?
Our doctors see just about any type of animals, but we don't get many snakes.
Okay, thanks.
Well, this is probably not going to be a good conversation to bring up with the veterinarian.
Know anything about animal sacrifice?
What are you, some kind of sicko?
Yeah. That went about how I thought. Oh, I'm starting to exhaust my ideas. If anyone else has any suggestions, feel free.
I've got some things I need to do.
Good luck.
The sign says the Overlook's closed for repairs
that
until
opens
June
tomorrow.
21st.
Well, let's talk with Mosley. Maybe he knows something. I doubt it, though.
Mostly, my man.
It's you. God help me.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Probably doesn't know anything about any of this stuff. But let's see.
Do you know anything about Veves?
What?
Veves. They're ritualistic patterns used in voodoo. You know, like those marks we found around the body.
You know what the department says about that, Knight? That voodoo stuff is faked.
Yeah, well, they're wrong. These Veves...
Look, just stop worrying about those marks. I don't think they're relevant.
Uh-huh.
What do you know about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? Sounds like a put-on to me.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
You mean gumbo?
No, I mean Damballa.
Never heard of it.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo houndfall?
Oh, come on. Somebody's pulling your leg, Knight.
Are you sure?
Ain't nothing secret about voodoo in New Orleans. There's a museum, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, but that's the stuff they want you to see.
You're getting mighty paranoid, Knight.
I was around the crazy lady for too long. Help.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
I told you, you're nuts. Drop it.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Say what?
Ogun Badagri. It's a voodoo loa.
Speak English or shut up, Knight.
Sorry, didn't mean to confuse you. Guess I'll take that as a no. What's the status on the voodoo murders case?
You're as filled in as me.
Well, I'll be seeing you.
Have a good one.
Let's try the cemetery. Why not?
Does this mean anything to you?
Nope.
Nope.
Hello there. Got a sec?
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
Do you know anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
I don't know nothing about that.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? I've seen lots of voodoo markings in this cemetery. I've seen graves dug up and stuff you don't want to know about stolen from them. But voodoo? Black voodoo? Sounds like a devil of a distinction, if you ask me.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Have you ever heard of Gambala?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, see, I was having dreams about going into a coffin. Oh, hi.
Malia?
Mr. Knight, what are you doing here?
My family's tomb is here.
Mine too.
Unnoticed. Subtle.
Well, Mr. Knight, if there's nothing else...
Don't go. I need to talk to you.
Whatever for?
I can't stop thinking about you. I've been in your thoughts too. I can see it in your eyes.
Mr. Knight,
Oh, Lord.
you don't know anything about me. I'm not in a position to get involved.
I've said that a million times myself, but this is different. I think we both know we can't fight it. Oh, I can't believe I'm saying this.
I have so many obligations. My family is very traditional. You wouldn't understand.
Hey, I love tradition. I've seen Fiddler on the Roof 100 times.
This isn't a musical, Mr. Knight. We live in different worlds.
Look, I know you got more money than God. Do you think I care? Do you think that's why I'm saying this?
No, I don't.
Why don't you come see my world? I've got a little bookshop, St. George's on Bourbon.
I know.
See, I knew it. You're crazy about me too. Come by tonight. Please. My world isn't so bad.
I'm sorry, but there's no place for someone like you in my life. Not now, not ever.
Damn it.
Oh, I guess you miss every shot you don't take. Star-crossed lovers.
An angel draped dramatically over a stone plinth marks the entrance to a large tomb. That doesn't work on the plate.
I didn't think so.
There's a small marble plate near the tomb doors. The plate is in locked position. There's a keyhole on the plate, but Gabriel can't operate that without a key.
I don't need to go visit the family tomb today.
Okay, so that... Oh, there was a mall coffin in Dr. John's voodoo shop.
It's getting late.
Oh,
Gabriel
I finished the
decides
day.
to go home for the day.
Okay then.
Excuse me. I'm going inside.
Oh, I'm afraid St. George's is closed for the day.
I'm not a customer. I'm here to see the owner.
Why don't you just leave your name and number with me, and I'll tell him you stopped by.
Listen, if Gabriel is here, he'll want to see me. Is he? Here?
I really couldn't say for certain, but in the morning...
Gracie, say goodnight.
What the fuck? Well, that was unexpected.
You came. I didn't think you would.
I didn't think I would either.
Your eyes. I could show you around a little. It's not much, but...
Please don't. I couldn't focus on much of anything right now.
Yeah, I know. God, what is it about you?
Just shut up and kiss me.
Well, this game got steamy all of a sudden. Day 4. I spoke to one who smelled of death. He gave to me his ears, and crosses that were marked were made into a veil of tears. Wow. For once, no nightmares. Probably because there wasn't much sleeping to be had.
You're not speaking to me this morning?
Don't be silly. I just have nothing to say.
Have it your way.
Hello, dude staring through my window. That's not creepy at all.
Have you noticed this guy outside the shop?
Yeah, he gives me the creeps. I wish he'd go away.
Did you find out anything about that pattern I gave you?
Yeah, I did find something. I checked the microfiche at the public library. I found an article about a murder in 1810. The newspaper published part of a pattern found around the body. It looks damn close.
You're incredible. All that work.
Forget it.
Gabriel watches the man watching the shop.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
Well, that's not creepy at all.
Time stated June 21st, 1993. Gabriel's eye is immediately drawn to an article about the voodoo murders. He scans it quickly.
I don't believe this. They've closed the case.
What case?
The voodoo murders case. The paper says that the police have learned that the murders were a result of an underworld cartel war, and that the war is over.
That's not good?
It's ridiculous. And what about the killers? And the voodoo angle, they never got anything on that.
I know you were into it, Gabriel, but if it's over, that's hardly a negative. Anyway, if you're that upset, why don't you talk it over with your pal Mosley?
You don't get it, Grace. Just forget it, okay?
Gabriel decides to check his horoscope, despite his disgust. Death walks close to you today. Resist temptation lest his eye fall on you, too.
Peachy.
Gabriel also
too late
spots
for
an
that.
ad for Sam Springleton, a jeweler.
Ooh.
Sam hangs out at the Napoleon House.
Well. Well, he didn't resist temptation, so I guess Death's Eye is going to be having a nice little peer at him. Let's see. The so-called voodoo murders are over at last, says Detective Franklin Mosley of the New Orleans Police Department. Our investigation has turned up that these murders were the result of an underworld drug cartel war, said Mosley at a press conference yesterday evening. That war has now ended and the people of this great city are safe again. The police say that they are doubling efforts to crack down on the underworld drug trade that briefly turned New Orleans into its private battleground. Right.
3 snakes in a skull. Gabriel's father painted it.
What a wacky offbeat kind of guy Daddy was.
It's a newspaper clipping. The newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic murder in Congo Square. It includes a rough sketch of a pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed Veve.
Yeah, I'd say that's practically identical. Ooh, boy.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
Do you have messages for me?
Your grandmother called. She said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
Okay. Do you have messages for me?
That man from Germany called again, Wolfgang Ritter. Now he's claiming to be a relative of yours.
Interesting. Can I get that phone number for Wolfgang Ritter?
Sure, I'll give it to you when we're done talking. Here's that phone number.
Thanks.
The number written on the note is 4909-324-3333.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Oh, let's give that number a call, I guess.
Didn't Grace say you had to dial 011 first to get international?
Three, 2, 4, 3, 3, 3, 3. It's a long-ass number.
I'm not calling Germany. That Wolfgang Ritter guy says he's a relative, but I've never heard of him.
Okay, fair enough. I'll have to call that later then, I guess.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Napoleon House.
Can I ask you some questions?
I'm here to relax, friend. Now buzz off.
Right. Sorry.
Guys
A street
everywhere.
drummer has found a spot outside the Napoleon House.
It's a jeweler, so I assume I'm going to need to get that. Okay.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
What can you tell me about
Voodoo? Don't believe in it myself. I invented a drink once called Laveau's Tomb, but it wasn't very popular. Some people do believe, though. Even some of our regulars here at Napoleon House.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
It's all over the papers. Some kind of serial killings.
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
They say a lot of voodoo stuff is found near the bodies.
They say that indeed.
What do you
Ask
know
him.
about the voodoo murders?
Everybody's talking about them. It's starting to scare off the tourists.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Greatest city in the world. I never want to live anywhere else.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
This city must get about 1 million tourists a year, especially around Mardi Gras.
Yeah, no kidding.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
A lot of people come here because they think it's mysterious. All that talk about voodoo.
Hey, it draws in the people.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
You should probably find a book on the subject, you know?
What's the significance of St.
Not
John's
like I own a
Eve?
bookstore.
All I know is it's some kind of voodoo holiday.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
People who believe in that stuff think it's a real special night. Magical.
Do you know anything about snakes?
What about them?
No, just anything.
You ask the weirdest questions. I don't know anything about snakes.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Sure. She's kind of the patron saint of voodoo in New Orleans. Don't know too much about her, but the tourists sure get off on all that stuff.
Gross.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
There's a voodoo museum in town. They'd know more about it than I do.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Come Mardi Gras, you see all kinds of masks in here.
Get through the list.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
Black voodoo? No. I prefer not to think about that kind of stuff, personally. Crime, perversion, weirdos. Just makes me depressed.
Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Have you ever heard of Damballa?
Never heard of it.
Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound fall?
Are you kidding? Around here? Hope they aren't serving drinks.
Yeah, if they are, I don't think anyone in his right mind would want one.
What place isn't serving drinks in New Orleans?
Does the phrase Cabrit encore mean anything to you?
Never heard of it.
Alright, let's get...
What can you tell me about your regulars in here?
See those old guys at the chess table? That's Sam and Marcus. They've played there every day for 20 years.
Lord.
Sam, the one with the purple jacket, he's lost every one of those games.
Damn.
It's not that he's a bad player. I've seen him beat guys twice as good as Marcus. But Marcus has Sam so psyched out, he loses his nerve every time. By the way, Sam, the chess player, he's into that voodoo stuff. He's always talking about spells and gree-gree and such.
Really? Thanks.
Glad to know.
So what has Sam told you about voodoo?
Well, about 50 years ago, Sam was too shy to talk to this pretty girl he was in love with. He went to a voodooier and had her make him a love charm. It was a little pouch that he had to bury under the girl's front porch. Well, he buried the pouch, and the next day he went up and talked to the girl. And sure enough, she didn't reject him. Now she's his wife, poor guy.
Okay then.
Tell me about the street musicians around here.
I like music as much as the next guy, but they get pretty monotonous sometimes, you know? Like that drummer right outside. They say there's been a drummer outside Napoleon House since the day it opened. Now, I like drums, but this character really gets on my nerves. It sounds like the same thing over and over. I just want to say enough already.
Sounds like my life. Tell me about the street musicians around here.
Don't know what else I could say.
Alright.
Able was I ere I saw Elba.
A young woman is enjoying drinks with her boyfriend.
Kinda cute.
A man in a loud tie stares morosely at a chessboard.
Somebody's using it right now. Excuse me, I hate to interrupt your game, but could I ask you a few questions?
What game? This ain't a game, it's a slaughter.
He's right, you know. So let me die in peace, would you?
Sorry to bother you, but could I ask you a few questions?
I'm not the chatty type, am I, Sam?
No, you old bastard, you're not.
Besides, I'm busy sucking poor old Sam dry. Go bug someone else.
You're a real sweetheart, Marcus, you bastard.
Well, let's head to the police station, I guess. So he's still out there.
Knight, hate to tell you this, but you're out of a book. The Voodoo murders case has been closed.
I had a feeling you were gonna say that. Son of a bitch. I have to tell you, bud, I'm pretty pissed off about this case being closed. You guys are making a big mistake.
Hey, I'm not any happier about it than you are, Knight, but I've got my orders.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
Look, the department's not interested.
So, couldn't you make them interested?
With what? I got 7 bodies and still no leads. The voodoo angle's worthless, and besides, these people aren't hurting anybody but out-of-town drug dealers and hitmen.
The voodoo stuff is not worthless. It's the key to the whole thing. And these people are dangerous. They need to be stopped.
Okay, you want me to reopen this case? Prove what you just said.
What do you mean?
You need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat. Get me a lead on the cult.
Well, there's this old article.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same M.O. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Get me a lead on the cult.
Okay. Gotta find more evidence then.
I'll let you get back to it.
Later, Knight.
Well, the overlook should be open now. Let's go take a look over there. We haven't been there yet. Moonbeam Residence will open tomorrow.
Gabriel is standing on the balcony of a building across the street from Jackson Square. On the balcony are 4 mounted binoculars.
Wait, could I move them? Oh, they each have a different view. I'll see something through one of them, maybe.
The booth is a colorful melange. It announces the owner as Madame Lorelei and gives prices for palm readings, $20, crystal ball gazing, $15, and birth charts, $50. Madame Lorelei lounges at the booth, fondling her snake.
Well.
Madame Lorelei, the fortune teller, is garbed in a belly dancer's outfit and wears a boa around her neck. A real boa.
Not a fake boa. Okay. What about over here?
That's Crash. What the hell is he up to with that drummer?
That's a good question.
Huh. Crash and the drummer. Interesting.
The Presbytere. This building was begun by the Spaniards in 1795 after a fire in Jackson Square. It was intended for monks, but now houses historical exhibits. St. Louis Cathedral. The original church on this site was built in 1724 and was named for Louis IX of France. That church burnt in the Great Fire of 1788. The present church dates from 1851.
Okay, so that was some good intel. Pontalba, what's that?
The Pontalba buildings are historical landmarks, built in 1849 and 1850 as residential apartments.
Neat. Okay, so what do I do about that bracelet? Waking up on the greatest night of my life thanks to Molly Getty. This woman is going to be the death of me, I hope. Gracie's getting all indignant about it, but at least she's not quitting. Also, Gracie outdid herself. With just that Veve pattern I showed her yesterday, she dug up some info on an old article about a murder back in 1810. With the same pattern that showed up at the crime scene. If that isn't suspicious, I don't know what is. The Voodoo Murders case has been closed. This is insane. What is wrong with the people in charge? I've invested too much into this book to let it all go like this. Gotta talk to Mosley. Another day, another cryptid horoscope. I can't believe some people actually believe that crap. Looks like Sam Springleton's doing some jewelry business again. I see him all the time at the Napoleon house. Maybe I'll drop in later. Have a pimp's cup and take it easy. I'm not used to working this hard. Grand called this morning and wants me to stop by. This Wolfgang Ritter guy keeps calling. Now he says he's a relative of mine. I think if I had relatives in Germany, Grand would have mentioned it by now, but maybe I should do some sniffing around the family tree. So Harrison Knight was really Hans Ritter and changed his name when he moved to the States. But why? What was he trying to escape? Wait, when did I find that out? Mosley says he can't do anything about the closed case unless I can give him some new info that leads to checkout. It leads to checkout. I need to convince him there really is something here. I care about the book, but it's deeper than that. I just can't let it go. Well, let's see what the drummers got to say for anything.
Hey there, nice beat. I dig it.
The drummer does not respond. A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
Is Crash still here?
Madame Lorelei.
Madame Lorelei, is it?
What can I do for you, handsome?
That's a nice snake you have there.
Oh, I could say the same of you.
Well, I know where I got mine. Where'd you get yours?
That's personal.
How's business?
How's business? I have no time for such dull conversation, darling.
I'd really like to know more about that snake.
Oh, sorry, sweetie, but I don't discuss Elvis with anyone.
How about a reading?
The prices are listed on the sign.
They seem a little steep.
Well, I sometimes do my intimate friends for nothing, but I am a businesswoman.
I'm sure you are. Nothing.
Well, then move aside, sweetie, but stay where I can look at you, okay?
Must be nice to have animal magnetism. Let's see, I wonder. Nope, can't show her that. Let's see, he went up here. Maybe Crash is here. Oh, hi, Crash.
Crash is huddled in a pew. He looks seriously ill.
I need to talk to you. Ask you some questions.
No way, man. I'm too sick. Go away.
Come on. I have to know what you know about these voodoo people.
You don't know nothing about nothing, man. You are so far out of it, you wouldn't understand anything. Just like that friend of yours, Mosley. Go away!
I'm not like Mosley. I know more than you think I do. I'll believe you.
Forget it, man. It's not worth my breath.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
This dude's Dan.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Do you recognize this?
No. Oh, don't waste my time.
Okay, let's see if I can get that guy to make me a bracelet. I better refresh my memory about what his name was. I was talking to the right guy. So that bracelet might be the key to getting him to talk.
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Interesting. I am a jeweler, you know. But I'm retired. I'm going to sit here in this freaking chair until I beat this bastard.
You plan to be buried in that chair then?
Damn.
Their tabletop has an inlaid chessboard.
You sure I can't ask you a few questions?
Beat it, you loser.
You come here a lot, don't you?
Every ever-loving day of my life for 20 years.
Are you sure I can't bother you with a few questions?
Mister, please, I'm trying to turn this game around.
Yeah, right. Got a crowbar?
Shut up, you bastard.
Gabriel has spent enough hours sitting around this bar.
Oh, hell, you got anything new?
Could I ask you a few questions?
Sure. I'm not too busy at the moment.
Oh.
Stealing a bar stool would be a good way to get on the wrong side of Stonewall King.
Newspaper says you were
Are you
doing
sure
work
you
again.
can't do anything with this?
I told you I'm busy with this old fart.
Hello, Dr. John.
Glad you could return to us, Mr. Knight.
Does this newspaper clipping mean anything to you?
It looks like
Well,
ancient
let's see.
history to me.
I suppose. Thanks.
Do you have anything
Can I
to
ask
say?
you some more questions?
Of course. I also...
Nothing new.
Given the man's size, that doesn't seem advisable. A very large, very formidable-looking snake is secure.
Goodbye, Dr. John.
Goodbye, Mr.
Well... Grandma!
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Oh, sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give me a kiss.
Aw.
Now, come on, sit down. Tell me how you're doing. How have you been, Gran?
Just fine, dear. I'm sorry I bothered you at work, but, I was hoping you'd get a chance to go through your father's things in the attic.
Don't be silly. You can call me anytime.
Goodness, there's a lot of questions. That's what she's probably not going to know anything about.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? What an odd question, Gabriel. Of course, you always were interested in monster movies and all that other weird stuff. You get that from your father and granddad. I don't know anything about it, dear. Of course, it was very big in New Orleans at one time, but you don't hear so much about it these days. Too much else in the world to worry about, I guess.
Okay. Let's cut straight to the chase.
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. Oh, I tell you what, though, he hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. Oh, the nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he lost another. And I'd tell him it didn't matter to me, but he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Let's see.
Harrison was only 36 when he died. Your father was 8 years old at the time. Your granddad was hit by a streetcar in the business district.
That's
It
unfortunate.
took me nearly a year to believe he was really gone.
I'm sorry, Gran.
Oh, I know you are, dear.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Did you know that your granddad was a poet? He was. He wrote the most beautiful poetry for me when we were courting. I always thought he should have done something with that gift, but he was such a practical man. Didn't believe in chasing after dreams.
Tell me about my father.
Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. Oh, they were two peas in a pod.
Oh, so it runs in the family. Goody.
Tell me about my father.
When Philip met your mother, oh, it was love at first sight. They were married 2 weeks later. Never looked at the
excuse
girl
me.
seriously until then, and he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel. And your granddad's.
Tell me about my father.
I wanted to just lay down and die when he and your mother were killed in that car crash when you were only 8. It was the thought of taking care of you that kept me going, Gabriel. The police say your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer in the road, or wildcat.
So Grandpa died when Father was 8, and Father died when I was 8. Okay, Gabriel, you better be wrapping it up, buddy.
Tell me about my father.
Your granddad wanted Philip to have a normal life. He was obsessed by that thought. He pushed Philip to go to law school, but Philip was driven to art. He painted almost in a daze. He would get so inside himself when he worked.
Tell me about my father.
He always hated that it was Margaret's money that supported the three of you when his painting couldn't. I kept telling him, try something more cheerful, like a landscape or two, but he couldn't do it. His work was just too dark and disturbing for the public, you know.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked to find her family. Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be such a sweet gesture.
It's just past the Ross tomb, right? Oh, maybe I will. Tell me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt, who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
Tell me about my mother.
The Templetons are all gone now. Every last one of them. Oh, they never wanted anything to do with us, of course. What a waste.
What can you tell me about the voodoo murders?
Oh, Gabriel, nothing. And I don't want to. I sometimes wonder what this world is coming to.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is very southern, of course, though not as much as it used to be when I was a girl. It's gotten much more influenced by the East Coast and that California stuff. Still, it hasn't changed as much as other places, I reckon. We've always been happy here.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
My goodness, Ball, you lived here all your life, just like me. I can't tell you much that you don't already know.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? I remember when I was a girl, we always had a St. John's Eve Mass. The Mass was said at midnight, and we held candles. One time, on the way home, we were waylaid by a large group of drunken revelers. They didn't hurt us, but oh, I was frightened. My father was furious. We never went to St. John's Eve Mass after that.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
Good.
I haven't celebrated it in years, Gabriel. I'm sure there's still Mass in the more traditional churches, but I don't go.
You know, you get prettier every time I see you.
Oh, you.
What's new, Gran?
I've been working on baby sweaters for the church bazaar. Keeps me busy.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Marie Laveau. Oh, of course.
I think they call her
She
Grandma
was that
Night.
voodoo woman, wasn't she?
That's cute.
She preyed on people's fears and superstitions, is what I think. There are always those willing to take other people's money for nothing. You stay away from people like that, Gabriel.
Yes, Gran. Do you know anything about snakes?
Snakes? What kind of snakes, dear?
I don't know, local kinds.
Well, we used to get cottonmouths in the park when I was a girl, but I haven't heard of one being sighted for years. Milk snakes and garter snakes are also around these parts, but they can't hurt you.
Screw cottonmouths.
Thanks,
They are mean.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
Why, no, dear. Do you mean Mardi Gras masks?
Never mind, Gran. Can you tell me anything about a secret voodoo hound for?
Gabriel, my goodness. What are you up to these days?
Oh, nothing, Gran, really.
You'd better not be. You know you're the only family I have left.
I know, Gran. It's okay.
You will outlove us.
Do you know anything about black voodoo?
I don't know much about any kind of voodoo, Gabriel.
Does the phrase Cabrit Sanko mean anything to you?
Something without something, I think. Oh, my French is so rusty, I swear my mind is going.
No, it's okay. Thanks. Does the name Ogun Badagri mean anything to you?
What, dear?
Never mind. Have you ever heard of Dambala?
What, dear?
Never mind. Tell me about yourself.
Me? Surely you have something more interesting to talk about.
No, come on, Gran.
Oh, all right, dear. What do you want to hear?
What do you do all day?
You know how I love to knit and work in my garden. I also take long walks. It's the only way to keep an old body like mine from stiffening up.
You're not old.
Oh, don't be foolish. I'm older than the hills.
Tell me about before you met Granddaddy.
Well, you know I was born Rebecca Wright. My daddy owned a lot of land outside of town. We grew peas and corn and cotton, all kinds of things. It was a good childhood, but my father was very strict. He didn't much let me out of his sight.
Tell me how you met Granddaddy.
Oh, I met Harrison at a church revival. There was a traveling preacher back then, a big fella named Reverend Jim. I even remember his slogan, "Come to me to find your way." Your granddad was sitting right behind me and my girlfriend, Alma. And at one point, old Reverend Jim was flinging his hair around with his fine brimstone annex. And a piece of it, one of those small add-on do's for men, went flying off. I swear, Harrison and I were the only ones that noticed. We both started laughing to beat the band. Everyone looked at us like we were a couple of loonies. Oh, it was then I knew that he was for me.
That was adorable. This is so nice and relaxing now. You'd almost forget that this is a horror game, huh?
How you feeling these days?
Fit as a fiddle, and don't you worry your head about it.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Have you baked any of your incredible molasses pies lately?
No, dear. But you let me know when you want some, and I'll whip up a half a
Oh
dozen.
man, I've had a molasses pie in years.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
On the wall are portraits of Gran and Granddad when they were young. Gabriel's inherited some good-looking genes. Gabriel grew up in this room. Just being here makes him feel safe. And after about 5 minutes, claustrophobic.
Well, Gran, I'd better get going.
I didn't mean to hit that button. No.
Be good and keep safe, Gabe, honey.
I will,
I
Gran.
was trying to look at the pictures.
See you.
Yeah, let's get back in there. Yeah, we need to go to the attic.
It's my favorite grandson. How nice.
Your only grandson, but nice try, Gran. I'm gonna go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
An elaborate mechanical clock, probably of German origin, is among the discarded treasures of the attic. It's an old dress dummy that Gran had in her sewing room years ago.
My first impression of the female form.
The sheet-covered upholstered rocker used to be in Gabriel's nursery. It's an old, dusty bicycle tire.
Old indeed.
It's a lady's hat from the 1920s.
From Gran's Virginia Woolf period.
Interesting.
There's an interesting design in the base of the clock. A keyhole sits empty on the side of the clock.
Interesting.
The old trunk looks like it's gone to hell and back.
Probably has.
There's a lot of Granddad's old stuff in here. Might be something interesting.
A bundle of letters. Love letters between Harrison and Rebecca. More of Harrison Knight's German books.
Just what I need.
Okay.
What's this? It's some sort of key.
Cool.
Some old clothes, including a pair of leather shorts.
Aren't those called lederhosen? I think I'll leave that up here.
Nothing happens.
Oh, what the? let's see. I certainly remember something about a dragon and Big Kong.
Nothing happens.
Oh, that was worth a shot.
The face of the clock is hand-painted. A ring of 6 symbols surrounds the face of the clock. A sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon. The ring of symbols doesn't appear to have any mechanical function, but it does move.
Interesting. Well, probably going to come back and look at that later.
A skylight lets welcome sunlight into the attic. That clock has been in the Wright family, Granny's family, for centuries. Granny doesn't like anyone messing with her clock, including Gabriel.
Oh dear.
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Okay, nothing with the clock.
Oh, nothing. Never mind.
All right, dear.
Oh, such the family too.
Gran, I better get going.
Might learn something new there.
Don't take any wooden nickels, boy.
I'm trying, Gran.
Well then.
DeMarco reads, Franklin Wright.
These are Gran's folks. I never knew them.
DeMarco reads, Merrill Planter Wright.
These are Gran's folks. I never knew them.
DeMarco reads, Harley Wright.
Gran's sister. She died young.
DeMarco reads, Harrison Knight.
Granddaddy.
DeMarco reads, Philip Knight.
Daddy.
DeMarco reads, Margaret Templeton Knight.
My mother. How's it going, Granddaddy? Hey, Daddy. Miss you, Mom. Oh, shoot. Huh. Looks like someone left something in that vase. Looks like it's my lucky day.
Hey, money.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the nameplates from his family tomb. The Wright family tomb. Several of Gabriel and Gran's family members are laid to rest here.
Squirrel.
A statue of a small child clings to a cross atop the Wright tomb. The marble residents of this city of the dead say nothing. An odd monument highlights one gravesite. It looks vaguely reptilian. If Gabriel wants to address his ancestors, he should choose a specific plaque.
Gran talks a lot about you, Harley. Hi. I'm Rebecca's grandson.
Much as when they were alive, the Wright elders give no response.
Ouch.
Hi.
Much as when...
Madame Lorelei, is it?
What can I do for you, handsome?
Okay, so I can give her money.
Nothing.
Well, then move aside, sweetie, but stay where I can look at you, okay?
Well, then I got mine. I can offer him some. I suppose 20 might not get much for a bracelet, but hey. It was the 90s. 20 went a lot further back then.
Does this mean anything to you?
Man, get away from me with that, will you?
Does this mean anything to you?
Can't say that it does.
All right. Can I show her that number? That's a long intro.
Gabriel, my love. How nice to...
Nice to see you too, Grant. Does this mean anything to you, Graham?
Sorry. No, Gabriel.
Does this mean anything to you, Graham?
I believe that was your father's, Gabriel. You keep it.
How do I ask her about the Ritter guy?
Can we talk, Graham?
Of course, Mom.
Tell me about...
What more?
Just tell me anything at all.
I had your father when I was 22. The doctors told me I couldn't have any more after him, so I'm afraid I spoiled him rotten.
Oh, nothing.
All right, dear.
Oh.
Mostly pictures of Gabriel, his dad, and Harrison Knight. Gabriel is sentimental enough without dragging those photos into it. Grandmother Knight rarely uses the fireplace these days. Too much of a hassle to clean.
Okay.
Well, Gran, I'd better get...
Take it easy on...
Women, you're my only girl, Gran.
Hey, welcome back, Lanu. How you doing? I'm currently trying to figure out what I'm supposed to do next. Oh, wait, Tulane University. Maybe he's got more information for me.
The door to Hartridge's office is locked.
No. Oh, crap. Ooh, speaker.
There's a PA speaker on the wall.
Can I use it? No? Okay. Huh. Well, I guess he's not here today. I should probably go to sleep, but shh. I won't tell anyone.
that doesn't work.
I don't think so.
Gabriel can't do anything with the drummer on this.
I will give you money. Make me bracelet.
Does this mean anything to you?
Not really.
So somehow I gotta get you to manage to beat him somehow. Let's go mess with the drummer again. Nope. Can I pay you for information, Mr. Sick and Dying Crash?
Do you recognize this?
No.
You don't recognize money. Okay.
Come on, talk to me.
I'm too sick to waste my time. Now go away!
I was trying. It didn't work. Wait.
Hi.
He believes in voodoo. This dude sells something good luck stuff, I'm sure.
Can I ask
That's
you just
gotta
a
be
few
the
more
solution,
questions?
Whatever, man.
Master Gambling Oil with every purchase over 50. Ugh.
I won't be able to bargain with just a $20 bill.
Damn it. Okay. What else can I do? What the crapping crap?
Hey, kids.
Bruno. How nice.
Gee, a customer.
Of yours? Hardly.
How's the flower business?
Well, better than the used book business, I see.
Rare.
That explains why I so rarely see
We don't talk
anyone
about
in
Bruno,
here.
though.
Are you gonna sell me that wonderful painting of yours today?
How much would you give me for it?
Oh, you're serious? You'll let me have it?
Gabriel, don't you dare sell your father's painting.
Yeah, I'll let you have it all right. How much for the painting?
Well, I could give you 100. That's all I can let go at the moment, you know. My affairs are so tied up.
Gabriel, $100 for your father's painting?
Stay out of this, Grace. Well, I guess I don't need the money that badly.
From the looks of this shop, I'm sure you will, honey. And soon.
I'm pretty sure I was supposed to sell that.
What a wacky...
Why are you still there, you creepy man?
He's still there. I wish he'd move or something.
He hasn't moved an inch since he showed up.
Get the hell out of here.
The figure outside does not respond.
So, I suppose I have to sell the painting. $100 is awful low for, that, though.
I'll be back later.
Have fun.
Will he come back if I come back?
kids.
Yep.
Bruno.
Gabe, pet, I just popped in to see if you're desperate enough to sell me that painting.
How much would you give me for it?
You're serious?
Gabriel, don't you dare.
Yeah, I'll let you have it.
Yeah, I'm supposed to sell it.
I could give you $100.
Gabriel. Oh.
Stay out of this, Grace. Fine. It's yours.
Gabriel.
Here's the 100.
I don't like it either, but I'm pretty sure that's what I'm supposed to do.
You better take good care of this, Bruno. This is not just another of your hip art pieces, you know.
Really? Well, I fully intend to make the most of its display. Though not for your sake, I'm sure. At least in my shop, there'll be a chance of someone actually seeing it. I can't believe I actually got it. Just wait until I show Sid.
I don't believe you.
It's just a painting, Grace. There are things I have to do.
That hurt. Now Grace is mad at me.
I've got some things I need to do.
Good luck.
Hi. I have $120. You still want to sell that crocodile mask?
That's 120 sure enough. That mask is yours, sir. Here you go. Carefully it don't bite you now.
I know, right?
Yeah, thanks.
Now don't you go forgetting your lagniappe. A free bottle of Master Gambling Oil.
The sign said I could get Lady Luck oil instead.
Well, I was thinking a man as young as you wouldn't be needing that kind of remedying. But, you's having problems with your,
That's all right. Believe me, I don't need it. I'll just stick with this. Thanks anyway.
Especially after last night, Gabriel.
'Cause it ain't
Oh,
none of
chicka
my
wow
business
wow.
if you do need it now, huh?
I don't need it.
Oh, of course you don't.
Alright, now we'll give him the Master Gambling Oil.
Got a second, Sam? It's about your game.
I don't have a game, that's my problem. Don't you touch those chess pieces while I'm gone, bastard.
I ain't never needed to cheat yet, you loser.
Thought you might be interested in this gambling oil.
Let me see that. Master Gambling Oil. What's it for?
Don't you ever wonder why Marcus wins every time?
Whoa, hold it. You really think Marcus uses this stuff?
Would I make something like that up?
Get out of here. Marcus would never use something like this.
Well, if that's what you want to believe. This is a powerful voodoo oil.
Ah, go on. Really?
You might be able to sell it to some poor dumb sucker.
No, you sell it to some poor dumb sucker.
This voodoo oil could make a nun get lucky.
Really? You think it really works, huh?
I'd stake my reputation as a novelist on it.
And you say Marcus uses this? That explains a lot. Let me see that bottle. This looks authentic.
Oh, it is.
If I could really beat that bastard. Stonewall, give me a pimp's cup, would you?
Coming up, Sam.
Wait, are you gonna drink it? I thought it was like an oil you're supposed to like.
How
I don't
much
know.
you think I ought to put in here?
Careful, you don't want to overdo it. Too much luck can be dangerous.
Ha! There's no such thing as too much. Now stand back.
Come on already. I'm ready to checkmate.
We'll see about that, Mr. Smarty Big Mouth.
Mr. Smarty Big Mouth. Okay.
Checkmate! Checkmate,
I mean,
you
since when do
bastard.
people drink oil? Sounds weird.
Son of a
Yeah, I
bitch.
mean,
20 years I've been waiting to say that.
I can know you put you can eat it like on salads and whatnot. I suppose you could float it on a drink.
You are the biggest butthead, Sam Singleton, that I have ever met.
Oil, especially like that.
You can just put that chessboard where the sun don't shine.
Hallelujah! I did it! Yippee!
Nice game.
Nice game. Hell, I was brilliant. Of course, I gotta give some of the credit to that oil of yours. I've been losing to that guy for 20 years. If you ever need a favor, you come to Sam, you hear?
Will do.
And what a coincidence. I do need a favor.
Could you do anything with this?
What is this, a clay mold? Well, I am a jeweler, you know. And I owe you one. Would you like me to cast this for you?
If you can.
You got it, pal. Actually, it'll be a pleasure to get my tools out. First time in years. I've been too busy playing that goddamn game. I'll have the bracelet later today. Right now, I feel like I could do anything. Meet me here in a few hours.
Great, thanks.
Nice progress. So the question is, what do I do next? Can I just go back and he'll be there? Okay, that worked.
Sam, my man.
Hey there, it's you. I got that bracelet for you.
That was the fastest few hours ever.
This piece was a real toughie. For some reason, the metal just wasn't setting. I must be out of practice.
Well, it looks good to me. Thanks, Sam.
No problem. By the way, I'm heading out of town tonight.
Yeah? Well, too.
Marcus used to tell me that if I ever beat him at chess, he'd take me around the world. The old bastard has enough money stuffed in his mattress to cover the federal deficit, and he hates spending a penny of it. I'm going to enjoy watching him squirm through every mile.
Sounds like fun. Good luck.
Are you kidding? Luck is my middle name.
I will be right back. Gotta pee real quick. Okay, now let's see if I can get Crash to talk to me finally. By showing him that bracelet.
Do you recognize this?
Where did you get that?
Why? Do you know something about it?
know something about it. Look at this.
Crash opens his shirt and reveals a tattoo.
It's the same snake.
It's their sign, man. The mark of the snake. Without it, they'll never let you get close.
The sign of the snake, right. Your tattoo, my bracelet. Now do you believe that I know something about these people?
All right, yeah. You know about them. I guess.
Will you answer some questions for me now?
Okay, I'll talk to you. A little, but make it fast.
Jeez, he looks like death. Holy hell, man.
Tell me what you know about voodoo.
Look, take some advice. Stay away from this voodoo shit. You don't really want to know, man. Believe me. Do yourself a favor and leave me alone.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Man, can't you see I'm sick? Don't bug me with stupid questions.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I saw you talking to that drummer. What did you tell him?
You saw me with the drummer? Nobody's supposed to see. Oh, shit! I blew it again. Promise you won't say nothing to no one. It'll get back to him. Everything does. Promise me you won't tell anyone you saw me.
Okay, but you have to tell me everything I want to know.
Okay, all right. I was sending a message, man. They have these Rada drummers posted around the quarter. They see everything, and they report.
Report? How?
The drums, man. It's some kind of code.
Oh, joy.
Do you have any idea what Cabrit San Call means?
I never heard of that.
Of course.
Oh, you look pretty sick. Shouldn't you be in a hospital?
Nah, a hospital wouldn't do nothing. Just leave me alone.
Now tell me about the voodoo murders.
They did the murders. And that's not the only way they kill. No, they can get you from miles away. Just by saying your name.
Come on, you don't really believe that, do you?
No. I seen it, man. You can't cross them.
Tell me what you know about a secret voodoo hound fall in New Orleans.
All right. There's this underground cartel in New Orleans. A voodoo cartel. They control everything that happens on the street. I mean everything that's bought or sold. They have fingers in the legit world too. Banks, foreign stuff, you name it. There's supposed to be this temple. What you said, a hound for. That's their headquarters, man. I heard people say it's underground, somewhere in the quarter. I don't know where, though.
Have you ever been there?
No. I've never been in it. I'm nobody, man. A runner. But I saw them once. Out at the lake. They became animals, man. Beasts. I remember the eyes. The eyes.
Hey, are you okay?
The eyes. The eyes of the snake.
I think I should go get a doctor. Hey, are you all right? Someone! I need help!
The eyes. The eyes of the snake. Dambala.
Snake. Crash?
Crash spasms twice more, then dies as Gabriel watches.
Oh my God. Oh, poor bastard.
Okay. Oh, God.
Crash's face shows signs of strangulation. His death was not a pleasant one.
Damn.
Moving the body is the job of the coroner's office. On Crash's chest is a tattoo of a snake.
That tattoo looks like Casino's bracelet.
That doesn't seem to work.
guess I'd better copy this tattoo.
Crash is dead. He's not going to be very communicative.
Do I just leave? I guess. Wow, that was interesting. And that seems like the perfect cliffhanger. Actually, let's go back in there so we can...
It looks like someone found and moved Crash's body.
That's probably just as well. But we are going to call it there for tonight. Delete these old saves. Make a new save. Okay. I continue this game next week on Sunday when I do Nostalgic Sundays. I'll be streaming again on Tuesday, probably all day. Bit of Thymesia during the morning hours, and then I'll be running Vampire the Masquerade for a few people on the evening and night on that day. So I will see anyone that wants to be there on Tuesday night. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun and enjoyed the game, and let's see if there's anyone on for me to raid. Let us see. I'll play some music in the background as well while I look. Let's see. We got Everetta. She is starting back up on a new account, so let's see if we can get her a little bit of love. So, Everetta. There we go. Alright, and I'll see you guys next time around. You guys have yourselves a wonderful night. And Lanu, when you get around to doing it, sleep well.